Incredible greetings. Hello, everyone. Incredible greetings. All right, y'all. Let's see. Let's find this feed so that I can change the audience and then I can share it out. There we go. All right, so let's edit this. Boom, 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 boom. All righty. Okay. So there we go. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? Incredible greetings, incredible afternoon. All right. Let me just tag these videos and we're going to get started. I just had someone over at the office. They came to pick up an order and it just has me really, really motivated. I really, really do appreciate the kind words. And I mean, I always love it when I can really see and understand, like, it's like having a live in color visual of the impact, because I sometimes, I know, take for granted who I am, what I do. I mean, I just come on here and I just like to help. I just like to answer questions. This is the part of my business that I absolutely love. So, I mean, I don't think anything of it and how it actually impacts others. So having someone come and say that, it always kind of, it's like that little, it's a tearjerker. So it gets emotional. So I was like, okay, let me go live, because one, she's gone now. So I was in here in my thoughts. I was like, let's go live. And then just her saying, how she feels when I go live and what it does for her. And it just reminded me of why I do this. And I try not to do too many live videos like every single day, because it just becomes a lot of content. I know it can be overwhelming, but I do kind of sort of miss the days when I would go live almost every single day. Like, it's what I love to do. I like being like a soap opera. Soap operas come on every single day, right? Monday through Friday. So I always thought, like, why can't I? Why do I have to be like just a regular TV show and just come on, once a week? I want to be like a soap opera. I want to come on every single day. All right. So let me just do that. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Hello, 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 everyone. We are live over on YouTube. I'm tired of fussing and fighting. Well, not say fussing, but I'm tired of dealing with, whenever I go live on Facebook from my business page, someone literally puts a claim in for copyright. And it is so exhausting fighting that every single time I go live. So I know the numbers may be a little bit lower because I am not on Silaholics Anonymous at all. And then in my groups, I just I just shared the live video. So back to the one on YouTube. I'm just tired of fussing and fighting with these folk about my channel, about my page on Facebook. And they keep saying that, like, they keep putting copyright claims on my page whenever I go live in my videos. And that's just getting annoying every single day, having to dispute it and whatnot. So I'm just going to most likely, like most times from now on, I probably won't do my Silaholics Anonymous page. It'll just be from like my Shakia Lavelle page, which is like Shakia the Professor page, profile, and my YouTube channels. So you guys see it in the groups, and you see it. You see me post the link to a YouTube, know that, hey, we are live. I know it's a lot easier just to kind of see, because on there, you're not going to physically see my face like the video going, but just click on it, come on over to the YouTube channel, because it's just harder and harder for me to do the live videos over on Facebook. All right. So just tired of fussing, tired of going back and forth with those folks. But hello, everyone listening in from work. Don't get in trouble. All right. So hello. Thank you guys for joining in and tapping in. So she says, hello, I was just thinking about you and what you have taught me about edit points while doing this design. Thank you. Last night turned in my Foundations of Designing class, it turned into a whole breakdown of edit points. I think I might still have it up here. It was just a random like AI picture that I don't know how I even downloaded that. I think probably downloaded from Creative Fabrica, but I was showing them how to remove the background using edit points, because the background on this is very busy. So watch, I'll go like this and I'll bring the background back by welding it. Wait, hold on. First, let me take the color out. And now I'm just going to weld this. So you see how busy that background was. And we use edit points to basically isolate her from the background. So yeah, I was just doing some stuff on point editing. All right. So I'm going to do my official intro. Y'all, it is the last day of March. So it's the last day of quarter 1. We're entering into quarter 2. Tomorrow's April Fool's. Y'all be very careful with all of those, different posts and calls and text messages about crazy stuff. Remember, tomorrow is April 1st. It's April Fool's Day, but it's also Q2. Remember that if you have a business and it comes to your sales and use tax, almost everywhere, whether it was you have a state that does monthly reporting or quarterly, starting tomorrow, it's going to be due. You have until, I think for most places, probably around like anywhere from like the 15th or 20th. April is also tax time. For many of the states, you have to start thinking about, making sure that you do your reporting for your LLCs. So a lot of stuff happens in Q2. So we want to make sure that we're staying on top of it. Also just thinking about the goals and things that you have for quarter 2. All right. So again, incredible greetings, everyone. I am Shakia, the Professor of HSINK365. We are the home of the amazing, honestly speaking, line of products. We carry Sublimation ink, Sublimation paper, pigment ink. We have chip resetters, empty cartridges. We have heat tape that's non-staining, non-marking. Our Sublimation paper, as you can see there, changed the game. Gone are the days of trying to figure out, is it this setting? Is it that setting? Even if you have a heat press that's not so great, because our paper releases at such a lower temperature, even if you set yours to 375, 380, unless your heat press is way, way, way off, you're guaranteed to get amazing release and amazing sublimation prints when using, honestly speaking, sublimation paper, because it can release as low as 365 degrees as fast as 30 seconds. I use the same temp, same time for just about every single sublimation substrate except for ceramics and slate, and like acrylic and things like that. Uh-oh, I turn my heat press off. There we go. So definitely check that out. Shop.hsink365.com. Our ink is 140 milliliters, so you get more bang for your buck. All right, so that's shop.hsink365.com. There's also where you'll find our classes and trainings from 365 Creative Academy. You can use your rewards points. So if you guys aren't on this site, You can check there. Might be able to take a few dollars off, but you have the rewards points. And if you refer others, you'll get a $5 discount. If you refer someone, you get $5. With the more people you refer, you get money for the site. You have your own dedicated link on there. So make sure that you guys are taking advantage of that and checking your emails for your discount codes. Don't let those discount codes that it sends to you just kind of sit there. But you can use that towards our classes, the heat tape, the paper, the ink, all of that on the website. Okay. And then these are all of our 365 Creative Academy classes. And if you're not able to take a class, know that on our YouTube channel, Silhouettes Anonymous, that is where I teach you how to use and master Silhouette Studio. And then Honestly Speaking is our platform for pretty much everything else. And be on the lookout. I have a few more channels that are coming out that's going to be on some really, like, it's going to be subject specific for these channels. So it's going to be awesome. So let me ask you guys, right? If you could have a channel, like if it, let's say even it was like a network TV and it was all for one particular thing. I mean, it's going to be different answers, but what would be something that you would want a dedicated channel for? Okay, based around. All right, so let's see. I keep missing the live classes. I'm always at work. Oh man, yeah. So the Foundation of Designing one, like we're doing them now. It's 7 p.m. Each or every other Thursday for that one. I just received my new paper. I got both the 8.5 by 11 and 8.5 by 14. I love. So she wrote in all caps. Thank you so much for that live review of the Honestly Speaking paper. It honestly speaks for itself. All right. So, all right, y'all, it's rapid fire Q&A. So where are those questions? I know this was going to be a little bit harder because one, I'm outside of my normal time that I'm live. Two, I'm not live on my regular like Facebook page. So YouTube, it's on you. I'm live on Facebook, but just from Shaquille Lavelle. So, and I know most people they'll see the post, but they're not going to click on it. They don't realize that I'm live. So, for those of you who are here, drop your questions. Or if you have any topic that you want to discuss, whether it's like a question or if it's just, an area where you want to know my thoughts, my opinions on it. If you're looking into something like a printer or something when it comes to business or whatever, feel free to drop that in the comment section. I can't believe Aldi really has a line of clothing. Like, I wonder if people are really, I mean, it's so crazy because the Aldi A is like, it's not like it looks like Adidas, but it's like they have it on here. And to me, the style of it mimics like Adidas. But Aldi's really has like an entire line of apparel and like keychains, and they have a tumbler, they have slides, they have socks. And I think someone said it's sold out somewhere. I'm like, who is out here really rocking Aldi? Like it's a regular clothing brand. But you know what that should tell you guys as creative entrepreneurs? It's just about how you market. It's about you putting it out there. Maybe it's the way that they took the pictures. They have their shirts. They had models. And I know some of you guys are going to say, oh, but they have money. I don't have one like that. Your friends and family that wants free shirts and free this and free that, when you make it, look, cell phones nowadays take darn near as good pictures as professional cameras. When it comes to that, don't rely on them to go to their event and then take a picture in, your stuff. Y'all need to start getting actual pictures yourself. When they come pick it up, I don't care if your hair not done. I can go and I can cut it off, cut your head off, whatever, but like pose, do something so where you're taking pictures. Don't think that because you are a startup that you cannot do the same concept that the big companies do. don't just take pictures on these little furry backgrounds that people keep telling y'all to buy and all these different things. Like, get real lifestyle pictures, the same thing that the big companies do. I'm looking at this setup and I'm like, I mean, just the way that it's folded, how they have it where you can literally see everything. It doesn't just look like a mock-up. And they said people were buying it. But, you know, most of us just don't want to do that. That's so crazy. Aldi is selling clothes, like branded clothes, not just they are selling branded clothing. That's so crazy. Do I have plans for any new classes, such as what? I have I mean, when it comes to the designing, it's only so much that one can do. I have ones that I want to do like for like actual application things, but I'm always asking you guys what classes you want. Now, you guys asked for that for the Photoshop class. Y'all didn't really show out and show up like I thought y'all were going to do for the Photoshop one, but I have classes that I have thought about. But when there's lack of participation, I'm just, you know, it's kind of hard to invest that time. I don't know how, if y'all think that just doing a class is just kind of wham bam, thank you, ma'am, easy. I don't know how people do theirs, but I put a lot of effort on the front end of most of my classes. So let me know what type of classes you guys are interested in and you're looking for. And if it's something that's within my wheelhouse and I'm able to, then yeah. So last night did not turn out very well. It acted up crazy. Could not finish it last night. I had to come in really, really early this morning. I had plans, so I still ended up not getting here until like 8:10. And then even then, like the first one printed out, it had like a little hiccup. And then luckily I put the tape over the sensors, because had I not, my print would have been messed up because I was literally to the end of the vinyl. I ended up using Caesar Color Print Easy instead of the PU because I just couldn't deal with that. Like, so the fact that I was on a short time frame, dealing with weeding PU, I just did not feel like dealing with it. So I ended up using Color Print Easy, got the order out, was finished. They came and picked it up. They're on the road. So eventually it all worked out, but not last night. I'm working on a design and I'm using the impact font. Can I slant it to the right like Nike Inspire? Ooh, thank you for that question. I was hoping I would get a design question. You sure can. So let me see, is this still in text mode? It is. All right, so we're going to copy this and then I'm going to bring it over here. All right, so a couple of different ways it can be done. We're going to make this impact. All right. If you have designer edition or above, and I'm going to go ahead and put that back up there again, right? So if you have designer edition or above, you can use your SKU. So you go to your transform panel and you're going to come right here. I'm sorry, shear. So it's shear. So you're going to go here and they have preset angles, or you can simply select show shear handles. And we're going to click on it. Oops, there we go. And so you're going to see these little sliders. So you can move this over like that. You can move it to this side. We can move this side up, move this side down, and vice versa. Now, there are some fonts that do have the so I guess that's why there's no way to italicize for impact. So then yeah, you would use your transform panel. That's how you would do that. You saw some people buy the slides. Them folks gonna rock. Some people they live and breathe Aldi, so I believe that they would buy the clothes. I have a Workforce 7840. Can I remove the blue ink cover? And yes, and every single Workforce printer that I have removed the little door and I never put it back. It doesn't hurt the printer or anything like that to have that off. So yes, I always remove mine and I never put them back. Have friend that is located on a corner of a pretty busy street. I was thinking of doing some sample Mother's Day shirts. Do you think it's a good idea? Yes. If they have a spot and they're going to allow you to kind of like advertise there, of course. That is always, it's always a great idea to market and put it in front of people, like what you have to offer. Just make sure that you are ready, that every part of it. Like there's no, someone asks you about a price. If you have that shirt there, they ask you what the price is, you better have a price. It always drives, I'm not gonna lie, it drives me crazy when someone has a design that's already done and someone says, okay, hey, how much is this shirt? And it's like, oh, it depends on, no. How much is this shirt? If you made it, if you sold it to somebody, there had to be a price associated with it. What was that price? So to me, I always feel like people are less likely to haggle you, or they'll have more confidence when you can go and say, hey, the price. People say the price is the price, yet they don't even know what the price is. Like they're still trying to figure it out. So just make sure that you are prepared for it. If you're going to do it that way and you're saying it's busy, kind of set a goal. Even if you don't meet that number, at least you're prepared for it. It's better to be prepared for the number versus not being prepared, and you get this influx of people. So make sure that you know exactly where you're going to source the shirts from. How are you going to, complete the design? If you did the prototype with vinyl, are you going to do the actual bulk, like the orders and the mass production of the orders with DTF, with screen print transfers, with sublimation? Just make sure that you have planned it out, just in case it go, there is like, it goes very, very well. You don't want it to be where it goes well and you're just not prepared. So prepare for the best case scenario. Right. I see how many people are over here watching over on Shaquille Lavelle, but I don't see the corresponding likes. As you guys come in, just go ahead. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, give the video a thumbs up, like the video, heart the video, hit the share button, or just drop a comment and say, hey, even if you don't have a question right now, at least if you go and you just say hi, let me know where you're watching from. It does help the algorithm, and it helps Meta to push this video out and have it show up on people's timelines so that they don't miss the opportunity to ask me a question. So if you're watching over on Facebook, go ahead and drop a hey, hi, say good afternoon, good evening, and let me know where you're watching from. No one else has questions. So all of you guys are watching and no one has questions. That means you guys must be killing it in your business. Everything is working for you. That means you are marketing like a beast. Those sales are coming in. You are in overflow of sales because you have an industry expert that's saying, hey, I am lending my brain to you right now. What questions do you have for me? Any way that I can provide some assistance, some guidance, I am here to help. And you guys are sitting back and just like waiting for somebody else's question, hoping that it's the question that you had. I don't know if it is, you don't want to sound like it's a dumb question. I don't care. It's me and you now. So post your questions. Okay, you're still at work. You told me hello. You told me you're still at work. That means that you can ask a question. If you type that out, that means that you can ask a question. Oh, don't be texting if you're physically driving now. Thank you for tapping in from Houston. Can you make a design look like a glitter print using sublimation? You sure can. Now, I will say that it is not going to be like, it's not going to shine like glitter because it is just a print, and the glitter patterns are it's just a lot of like light colors, dark colors, some whites, and it's like some little parts that will look like that's made to look like light flares and things like that. So will it truly have this look of like glitter and the shine and the sparkle? Not totally, but all you have to do is find a really good glitter pattern. All of them are not created equal. They really are not. I found some really good ones before, and the person I got mine from, their site just doesn't, they were on Etsy, they had their own site. You can't go on there and just buy their glitters anymore. I'm not sure what happened with their business, but you just can't find them anymore. But there are some on places like Etsy or Creative Fabrica to where you can find great glitter patterns. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to type in 125 what the world? So I have a bunch of different glitter textures. Like I said, some are good, some are not. Some are too chunky. A lot of times, if you scale it down and you make it where it's more like fine glitter versus coarse glitter, it looks a little bit better than trying to have it like really chunky. Hola, thank you for watching. Hello from Memphis. It is the end of Q1. And I'm asking, what help do you need? What questions do you have to make your Q2 a little bit better than Q1? Even if you had a great Q1, we should be building on that and having an even better Q2, a better Q3, a better Q4. And know that is a lot of things for your businesses that happens in Q2. So if you haven't finished your taxes, or when it comes to I know for Florida, we have until like May. So that happens within Q2 to make sure that you do your reporting for your LLCs and things like that. So what are you guys doing to prepare for Q2? And what can I do, or what can I help with to make your Q2 better than Q1? So I hate when it does that. Okay, wait, let me do it again. I really hate when it drops in. Okay, there it is. So you see how that looks? And then you can go over to your pattern folder, and you can change the scale. And even if you're using Photoshop, you can still change the scale. So a lot of times when you have it as more like fine glitter, it looks more like glitter. Because here, when it's like that, you can see that it just looks like squares of different colors. What is the difference between the Rolling BN20 and the Rolling BN20A? The Rolling BN20A was made to where there was no fifth channel. You only have cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Whereas with the BN20, you can have the white configuration, you can have the metallic configuration, or you can have a double magenta. With the BN20A, it's only 4 colors. There is no fifth color, and that's really it. I will say that in the beginning, before they actually had an A on the front of the glass, before people say, oh, hey, I brought the BN20A, but it just still was like the front of it just looked just like a regular BN20. So now, like the BN20A, the BN20D for supposed to be for direct to film, they now have an indicator on the front. But I know when they first came out, a lot of people were having issues with their media clamps. And they just seem to be made slightly different as far as like the quality, and people are having more head strikes. But as far as how they work, they are the exact same. You just don't have an option for white. You don't have an option for metallic. And when you have the option for the double magenta, certain colors can print faster because you have it's putting down that magenta twice. Well, from two different heads. Professor, have you heard of the DTF? Of course. I mean, DTF is everywhere. So what do you mean as far as the powder? What specific question do you have about the powder? I don't understand how people do an order and then give a price, because the truth of the matter is it comes from desperation. It comes from just wanting to, sometimes it's a request they've never done before. So they will, so I'm not gonna say desperation. For some, it's like that. So some of them, it's like, maybe it's something they've never done before. For some, it's like, I'm just starting out, like, whoa, somebody at least just asked me about making it. So I just want to do it to see if I can do it. But once you see if you can do it, and then you need to know how to price it. There are so many people where they're not practicing their skills. They're not buying supplies to just make the things that they want to sell before they even sell it. So they don't know how much a shirt costs. They don't know where they can get the shirt from. They're going, and once they get the order, they're trying to figure out where to order a shirt. That's when we get all these posts. Hey, where can I find such and such cheap? Where can I find where can I find this on the low or whatever? So because they wait until they have an order, now they got to figure out where to get vinyl. How do I price for this? I see people asking groups, well, what would y'all charge for this? How much did you pay for the supplies? And a lot of them will ask questions about things that they've never even looked at the cost of it. I saw someone who was asking about stoles. Did not know where to get the stoles from. Don't know how much the stoles cost. Nothing. So some people do that because they just want to get the sale. And it's not until they go to get all of the supplies and they realize how much it actually costs to where they will give someone the price for something. Thank you. My niece wants part of her grad design in glitter. So I was trying to see, would it be better to do print and cut? Or so if she really wants a glitter look, it's going to be better to do it in glitter HTV. I have done some. I don't know if I got pictures of that one, but I did do glitter. Let me see. I can find. I know Keona's own has it, so I can bring up that file. Actually, I've just typed in stole. I've done several of them that have a glitter outline. Oh, I think the one on this right here has a glitter edge to it. Oh, this one right here has glitter on it as well. All right, I don't know why it's taking forever for these to come up. They're not opening. They'll open in a minute. I've seen YouTube videos where the user applied powder to their sublimation print, thereby allowing the image to be pressed. That's incorrect. DTF with sublimation can never be applied to dark fabric. You may see them apply it to a white cotton shirt, but sublimation DTF hack cannot be applied to dark colors because there is no white opaque underbase. So as it relates to the sublimation hack using, or any of the hacks, the non-true DTF, there are several that will use sublimation ink. There's some that are doing it with regular dye ink. You can do it with pigment ink. All it is printing onto the DTF film, putting the powder on the back. Some people don't even bother to cure it. They just put the powder on the back and then they'll just press it to the shirt. I have not done that. I will not be doing that. Y'all know I don't do those types of hacks. Sublimation ink is not intended for cotton shirts. So unless it is going on glitter HTV, or it's going on like a sublimation, like actual transfer. So like Easy Subli, Econos, transfers and things like that. Unless it's going on something like that, I'm not doing. What the heck is going on with my picture? I'm not doing those type of hacks. I don't do the, to clear vinyl or anything like that. Some people will do sublimation onto the clear vinyl on a shirt. I won't. Clear vinyl for hard substrates, I've done that, but I won't do it on a shirt. So see, there was glitter. See, all glitter. And even glitter in here. I don't know why these pictures are not coming up. That's okay. This one has a glitter edge as well. And there's glitter around here and around there. Next question. Oh, I didn't realize my microphone was way over yonder. Next question. Ooh, we have a first timer on my live from California. Thank you for jumping on. Don't be a stranger. Don't let it be your last time. I saw it and I went to Facebook. Oh, it's on here. So hello, Melissa, and welcome. All the way from Cali. I'm on the totally opposite end. We are located in sunny South Florida. Let's see. What causes lines in your design when you print? It can be a number of things. The first thing that you should always do when you have any issues with color output on your printer is do a nozzle check. That is the very first thing, not a print head cleaning. It is a nozzle check. A nozzle check will tell you the current state of your print heads, i.e. yesterday. I had did a nozzle check. The first one's printed out. I'm in the middle of printing, it's done the eco solvent. It's all messing up. I did the nozzle check, and of course, I had breaks. So there, so I had to do a print head cleaning. So a nozzle check is going to tell you, is it one particular color that is missing? Is it a bunch of colors that are completely missing, or they just have breaks? If you see breaks, you're going to do a print head cleaning. If a print head cleaning doesn't clear it, If you have a workforce printer, then you'll push air. If you got an EcoTank printer, you just gotta pray that maybe 1 or 2 more printhead cleanings clears it up, because there's really no easy maintenance. There's no easy fix when the EcoTanks have broken lines. You just have to pray that a printhead cleaning or 2 will clear it. If you do a nozzle check and your lines are completely connected, there are no breaks, there's no missing colors, then it becomes your print setting. And you are most likely printing on a low ink consumption setting, such as plain paper set to standard, envelope set to standard. Those will make it to where you're going to have banding lines as well. And if you have the lines, some people call them lines, but it's really the pinwheel dots. And then that just means that you need to adjust your settings by adjusting your density so that the ink can dry on your paper before it hits the pinwheels. So lines, it can be a lot of different things, a lot of different things, but check those first. Always check your print head, do a nozzle check to check the current state of your print heads first. What would be the easiest way to put glitter trim on a stove by my template? If you're talking about if you're talking about sublimation, get the template because it's already set up. If you are referring to actual heat transfer vinyl, the easiest way would be to use some sort of easy press to at least tack it down. Because if you try and do it on the heat press, it can move around. So I would recommend either using a ruler if you need like a really long piece, because of course what's that thing called? A mat is only going to go 24 inches long. That's like the max that you can do. So if you need it to be longer, you're going to get the vinyl on a roll and you're going to roll it out and you're going to have to cut strips. Now you can cut them in strips and like piece them together. You do see that. I see some people do it and I can tell every time where it was not a continuous run of vinyl and they basically pieced it together. So you can do it if you want to do it that way. And you just want to make sure that you cut your strips evenly. And you're going to place it down and you're going to press it with some sort of easy press or handheld press just to tack it down. Once it's down and it's there, then you can take it over to your actual heat press and do a full press on it. But laying it straight out on the floor, tacking it with an easy press is going to be the easiest way. The last nozzle check I did wasn't any breaks in any of the lines, nor any of the colors were missing. So then it's probably your print setting. If you had none, and then again, I don't know. There's a number of like I had a whole section on this in my sublimation seminar. What the heck? What the hell? Can you stop popping up? What the heck? Okay, the file looks good. Like, what the heck? Oh my gosh. What the heck? There's some craziness going on my website, right? I mean, on my computer right now. Oh my gosh. What the heck is going on? Okay, anywho. So if if you've checked everything, I need to see the lines. This is what my groups are for, like for you guys to post the pictures of the issues that you're having. I can answer better if I can really see it and identify it, because there could be several reasons why it comes out that way. And I'm sorry, y'all are looking at my computer screen. My cameras aren't working. Like I cannot get them to come online, which is why this morning when I was, you guys probably saw the pop-up saying that I was supposed to go live with the eco-solvent transfers, but none of my cameras will connect. So I have no idea what's going on. So you're looking at the same thing on my screen. Sorry about that. But if you went to print and you said you use the settings from my paper, there's a lot of people that say they use the settings, but they're not really doing it because they don't have it set to high. They have it set to standard, and standard is going to give you banding lines. If you change it to my settings, but you got like a paper mismatch, if you didn't select the right options when it gave you a paper mismatch, you would be sending it back to the default setting of plain paper standard. So it just really depends. I really would need to see the printout to see what type of lines you're referring to. And then, like I said, some people say that they have lines, but it's not lines when you say lines, for me, I'm thinking about lines and it's little dots. Well, those are pinwheel dots from the ink not drying fast enough. And then that's when you adjust your density. That's what I was thinking, but I was not sure. Awesome. Do you have a video that shows the printer settings? I use the exact same settings. Doesn't matter which printer I use. So if it's Sublimation, I'm still using the exact same settings from an EcoTank printer to every Workforce. I use plain paper, bright white, set to whatever the highest possible quality is. Quiet mode is on. Adobe RGB. High speed does not even matter. If I'm using it as a regular printer, doesn't matter what type of printer it is. I'm using premium presentation paper matte standard. You can't, quiet mode, you can't even adjust that setting. Adobe RGB Gamma 1.8. It's for me, it's simple. I use the same exact settings every single printer. Yeah, see, I like to keep it super simple. And even I found that even with like my koala glossy paper, if I put it on glossy, I get like my blacks don't look black. They'll look like a weird color. And the only way for me to get true blacks is I'm using premium presentation paper matte. So I pretty much use that for everything. Premium presentation paper matte and Adobe RGB Gamma 1.8 is for regulars, and then plain paper bright white set to high quality, the highest possible quality under the quality setting is what I use for sublimation. So even though it's not going to say 7840 specifically, know that any video that I have on settings, you can bet your bottom dollar that it works on any Epson, not Workforce, any Epson printer. I don't use a Canon. I don't use a HP. So I will never have recommendations for sizes for those. But any of the videos where I'm talking about printers, I'm doing a setup on it, you hear me mention print settings, it will apply to every single Epson printer. All right, so Ooh, you're far behind. She says she's watching from New Orleans. So that's the only thing. Like, I wonder if it hasn't caught up yet because I haven't asked where you're watching from in a while. Unless or did I put that in a comment? I'm not sure. I always, because I don't get to watch my own videos. I don't know, like when you guys click on it, if it starts from the beginning or it makes it to where it puts you where we are at in real time. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just reset real quick. If there are no questions, we're going to go ahead and get off. But I am Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365. We are the parent company of the Honestly Speaking brand of products. If you guys don't know, we carry Sublimation ink, Sublimation paper, pigment ink, heat tape, chip resetters, empty cartridges. If you're having leakage in with your cartridges for your workforce printer, you can always order an empty set. Sometimes the cartridges do go bad, and it's an easy fix. Versus trying to do a bunch of printhead cleanings, or doing the same steps to try and correct the issue. You have to change a variable, and it may be for you to just try a new set of cartridges. It may not fix the issue, but just doing a bunch of printhead cleanings may not fix it either. So if you get a new set and it's still happening, that may mean that the printer is just gone. So again, it may not fix it, but it's always great to have something else to troubleshoot with versus just keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So we do have empty cartridges on the website. With our sublimation paper, you can sublimate as low as 365 degrees and as fast as 30 seconds. So gone are the days of needing 400 degrees for 60 seconds. You don't have to worry about if you have, like a inexpensive heat press. Because it will release at such a low temperature, even if your heat is a little bit off and you have to set it to, 375, anywhere in there, unless it's off by like 40 some odd degrees, you're still going to get a good release. I've even pressed things at 325 degrees with my Hottronics. So it definitely releases at much lower temperatures, and I can get it done in 30 seconds, anywhere from 30, for me, pretty much 30 seconds. On average, for some, it might be 40 seconds, but I've done even with an easy press, 365, 30 seconds. So definitely check it out. We do have sample packs on the site. And then, of course, check out our classes from 365 Creative Academy, where we help you to unlock your creativity with a wide variety of trainings, everything from business to designing, and then actual like practical applications of different things. Like we've had foam board classes, we've had sublimation classes, we've had the all over ones, we've had party favors. So a whole lot of over on the website, on the Academy, 365 Creative Academy. But you can purchase all of your classes directly through the website when you're buying your ink and paper. All right. Which version of Silhouette to learn from? I personally teach from 4.3.370. You can learn from anyone, from any of the newer versions, like any of the 4.3 or higher. Some of them react differently with different computers because of like graphics card, how much memory you have, how much hard drive space you have, and it'll shut down. The one thing with Silhouette Studio is there are some that have glitches, like this type of glitch. Another version may have a different glitch and things like that. So I know it's something, I can't remember what it is. I think it's something with the replicate tool. When I was teaching, and then someone was like, oh, well, mine doesn't have that. And it was a glitch in one of the 4.4 versions. But for the most part, if you take any of my classes, it really doesn't matter which version you're using because the layout for all of the version 4s pretty much look the same. I know one of the distinctive differences is the color palette. And when you click on advanced option, this looks a little bit different in here, but as long as you can see the hash mark for the hex code, that's all that really matters. So you can literally learn from any of them. I personally still use version 3.6. To me, it moves better, it traces better. So I use 3.6 for a lot of my designing. That's my favorite version. All right. All right. So this is a Q&A session. All of the information in this live video is provided based off of the questions that you guys ask. No questions, no real information in the video. This is not a structured class. Everything that we learn here is based off of your questions. If you guys have no questions, then I am going to assume that you guys are running the perfect business. I am going to assume that your machines work flawlessly. They have no issues. You have perfect colors. If there are no questions, I'm going to assume that you are making six figures, because that means your marketing is on point, your branding is on point, you're pricing properly, you're using social media properly. If you are asking no questions, then I'm going to take it that you are a world-renowned designer. You know how to design everything your heart desires. You can see it and you can design it. That's what it tells me when I come on here as an industry expert and I say, I'm here to help you. What questions do you have? And if there's no questions, then that means we are all like-minded. That means you guys are on the level with me. I'm not the smartest person. Well, people always say I like to be the smartest person in the room, but on my live videos, I like to kind of feel kind of smart because I want to know that I can help people out. So that's what that tells me. If you've posted a question here, I do not see it. So it may have been something that YouTube filtered out, but that is the first comment that I am seeing from you. If you posted it inside or like on a Facebook post, those were just shared video, like it was a shared link to the YouTube channel. So if you posted somewhere on Facebook before coming to the actual video, I don't see that. I don't see the comments on Facebook posts at all. Yes, you can create a full mock-up in Silhouette Studio. But now let me ask. See, okay, here's where some of you guys won't get the answers that you really need, right? Can you create a full mock-up in Silhouette? A full mock-up of what? So what do you mean by a full mock-up? A mock-up of just a design on a shirt, on a tumbler, on a yard sign? Do you want a mock-up of, you have a candle line, so you want to know how to make a mock-up and put your label on a candle? Is it a mock-up of an outfit on a dog? So it really depends. So you guys kind of ask questions, but you can get an answer. You're gonna tell me, can I make a full mock-up in Silhouette? Yep, because I know I can. Are you trying to do like the mock-ups that you see where it is a shoe, a bag, a shirt, which I personally can't stand those kind of mock-ups. But if you're wanting to do those, then you're either going to have to take those pictures yourself, or you're going to have to find PNGs or JPEGs where you can remove the background, add your own shadows in. What is your definition of a full mock-up. When you want answers that's going to help you, you guys have to be very detailed in your questions and be very clear in your questions, because I can give a very straightforward answer, but it's not going to really help you. You asked me, can you create it? You didn't say how to create it. Can you? Yes. But if you don't know how to, does your question help you get the answer that you're searching for? On a shirt, yes, you can. So I still answered your question. Can you? Yes. There was no how in that though. Are you asking for a demo of how to do it? And are you referring to like an all over shirt, or just a design that you created and you want it on the shirt? So after this question, well, if she changes and words the question correct differently, after that, I'm going to go ahead and get off. I don't want to kind of keep you guys on here. If you guys don't have any questions for me, then it's kind of like, then it's like almost like desperation to kind of just be on here, just for you guys to look at my empty screen and just kind of hear me talk about nothing. I'm not going to beg anyone to receive help from an industry expert. As much as I love doing these, I'm being very transparent here that it is really hard to come on here and do these live videos to help when people come. I'm on here and people don't ask any questions. But then I hear people say, oh, there's no one to help. No one wants to answer any questions. And you have someone saying, hello, I'm here to answer questions. But then we want to complain, oh, I have to figure it out myself. I keep asking questions. No one wants to answer any questions. Oh, people are gatekeeping. And you have someone that comes on here multiple times a week that's not trying to gatekeep, but then we have closed mouths. So just a design. All right. I do have a full video. This is something where if you go on YouTube and you do a search, this is a question that you have. If you don't know, YouTube is the second largest search engine for information next to Google, which, basically is what YouTube is partnered with. You can search for anything. If you're looking for my video specifically, you're going to type in Silaholics Anonymous and then whatever your keywords are. So if you were to go over to YouTube and search I'm going to show you how to do it, but I just want for you guys to see that I have videos for just about everything already on my YouTube channel. But these are to help you in real time when you have questions. So if we go Silaholics Anonymous mock up. Creating a mock-ups in Silhouette Studio. I even showed you how you can do it if the body is like twisted and tilted and all that kind of good jazz. All right. But for just a plain old t-shirt, you're going to grab a t-shirt. So you can get them online. You can, wherever you're buying your t-shirts from, you're going to do a trace and detach on it. I'm just going to, let's merge this one in. I have more of them. I just have to update my library. We're going to merge this one in. So you're going to have your shirt. I've already done my removal of this. So you can remove the shirt or you cannot. You can remove the background. You cannot remove the background. You have all of the tools that you would need to be able to do this, right? So we have this shirt. We want to be able to put our markup on something else. What is it that you would do? How do you remove the background? How do you remove the white? Of any type of, if this was a picture of a unicorn, if it was a JPEG of Mickey, what would you do to remove the background of that picture of Mickey, that picture of the unicorn, that picture of, Gracie's from Gracie's Corner? What would you do? Trace and detach. Exactly. So it's going to be no different. Some of the same things that you do for regular designing is the same things that you would do to create your thumbnail for your website, to create to do a mock-up, to create a post for social media. The same way that you design for that is the same way that you're going to design for these. So we're going to go ahead and take our threshold up, and we're going to go trace and detach. Now you have your design. I'm just going to go copy. We're going to go paste. I wanted a lime green. My customer wanted a lime green design on a pink shirt. Guess what I just created? A mock-up. So it's a lot easier than some of you guys think. I think sometimes we do. We overthink it and we think that it is something way more than what it is. But at the end of the day, a mock-up is simply having whatever the substrate is and then just placing the design on there. Now, there are some that are going to be a little bit more detailed. Like if you use Mug Animator, you can use that for tumblers where it's going to look like it's fully wrapped around it. If you have something that kind of has movement to it, you can use your warp tool. But just to simply have, that's really what a mock-up is. It now looks like it's on the shirt. Now you can do things like, adjust the transparency down a little bit so that it's not like super, super bright on there. You see the difference between this one and that one. So you can do things like adjust your transparency down, but this is what a mock-up is. How'd you do your watermark for this? You just put it on top. That's it. This can be a watermark. So you already have your logo. Even if you don't have a logo, let's just say you have your name. So we're just going to go BYMONDS. You don't have an official logo. That's fine. You're just going to go ahead, take your name, no color, take your transparency down. Your watermark is there. You want multiples of them? Set it up. Set you up a file where you have multiples of your logo, your name. You can do it where it's completely uniformed and use your like your transform panel and line everything up, or do it very randomly. Group it together, put that bad boy on top. Here's a watermark if you desire to have one. I personally don't like the watermarks that's like this. If it is your logo, my watermark is on there. And then you just save this. You can either use, if you have design edition or above, not design edition, but if you have business edition, you can go in here and save just this as a JPEG or a PNG. Or if you just want to do it the regular way, you can just open up your snipping tool or just do a screenshot if you have a Mac. And boom. Now you have it to where you can send it to yourself via Messenger. You can send it to yourself via email and send it to your client. If you wanted to add pricing to it, you can do it that way as well. Oh, I just opened up my Corel Draw. So let me see something real quick. I'm going to go here and goodness, where would that be at? I don't think it's under this one. I'm trying to think. Let's see. I don't know which folder that would be under. Not sure if you can see that, but see, there was a design. It was just on the shirt. But I'm looking for the one that I have that have like a bunch of pricing and stuff on it. There's another one right there. There was the regular design. And to be honest, a mock-up does not have to be on a shirt. I've sent the designs to my clients where it's just the design, nothing else on it. I'm just showing them what the design is. And yes, you can still put your watermark over it, but a mock-up of the design does not have to be on the substrate. If it's just for them to see the design and to approve it, a mock-up is simply it's a mock-up of the design, and just send them the design with the colors in it, put your watermark over it, and send it to them that way. When I do fans, I just put a stick behind it. It's a mock-up. And I say that as I come across a fan right here. That's so funny. That had that was a mock-up like that. This is a mock-up. Your final design is the mock-up. Where in the heck is okay, I gotta move everything to one folder because then I can't find stuff. I'm trying to think. It might be under public. Whose concert was that? Was that Janet Jackson? I can't think of whose concert that was. I want to say it was Janet Jackson. Dang it. Why none of my pictures are coming up over here? Like the thumbnails for Silhouette aren't showing up. Look at that one. That's a mock-up. See? The fan with the stick on it. That's a mock-up. 16th birthday shirt drafts. I don't remember whose own that is. I think that was the Janet Jackson concert, but I got to figure out. Man. I don't see it. There's one where I have like, and it's a whole what is that thing called? Oh, look, this is a good one too, where a mock-up doesn't have to be, it was the mock-up of the design, but it was on the order form. It wasn't even on like a real t-shirt. It was line art. Yeah, see? So this is still considered a mock-up. So it was the front and the back of the shirt. So this is what's on the front. This is what's going to be on the back. And it wasn't on a real t-shirt. That is still considered to be a mock-up. And especially like in this format where I was able to do, like, these were the small order forms that the kids took home. So it was able to be in the corner. The parents can see what type of shirt it was that they were ordering. And yeah, that was it. They brought it back. And that's how the teacher knew what shirt to give to who. Most print shops, this is how they'll give you your mock-up of your design on a line art shirt. All righty. Well, there are no other questions. I'm going to hop off of here, and I shall see you guys next week. Most likely, probably not until Wednesday. I may do Monday, but it probably won't be until Wednesday. And someone asked about classes, but no one answered me. What classes are you guys interested in? So before I get off of here, I'll ask that question one more time. Someone asked, do I have any classes coming up? But what classes are you actually interested in? Because I can have a class come up and it's not what you're interested in. So it's not like you'll sign up for it. So it may not be for you. So what are you interested in learning? Oh, and for the person that asks, even if you already like crop something to it, you can still use your shear. Actually, no, I did that wrong. And why the heck did it not? I just wanted you to see how I was actually making that look like it was like, like it was in the middle of a road to where I laid it flat. creative business, how to price. Well, the playback is available. We just did that. So even if you were not able to attend the last class, all you have to do is purchase the playback for that. I don't think that I'll be doing that one over again anytime soon. I literally just did that one, 2 weekends ago, on pricing. So I would recommend that you purchase either the Pricing for Profit seminar if you did not do creative business, the full creative business program, or if you did do the creative business, if you are in creative business program, you just missed the last class, then just go to your dashboard and watch the playback of it. Alrighty, until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.